So today what we are going to discuss is how you can create stock market agent, how you can create, how we can do financial analysis with AI. So this is the topic of discussion. So there are many things that we can actually take and cover, but a few things that I will actually cover today is let us try to understand how Gen AI can be applied in finance, and I will show you a quick demo. So finance is all about data, right? So stock market, daily stock price data, returns data, dividend data. So there is a lot of data when you talk about finance. So we will fundamentally try to understand some easy ways to analyze complicated data. And then what we will do is we will try to build a few AI agents that will help us understand how you can analyze data using AI agents. So if you wait till the very end, we will give you an overview of Warren Buffett AI agent that will help you take investment decisions like Warren Buffett does. So as we all know, generative AI is changing every domain, right? So if you look at software development space, uh, so let's say if it took around five specialists or maybe five developers, maybe 2 months of time to create one full website. So this is what it used to take before. But today, one person with not like he need not be a very technical person. He can still develop a website within one day, right? So what used to take 2 months and five people can now be done by one person in one day. So similarly, just like this, you can also see sales is also changing. So many a times, you can also check this. Many a times, whenever you get a sales call, it's probably from AI, right? Education, healthcare. So every sector is actually using AI in many ways. So the idea is finance is no exception, right? So there are a lot of different ways that people are using AI within finance. So first and foremost is data analysis, and the second thing is any investment decisions, suggestions, recommendations, portfolio analysis. So there are a number of things that you could do with AI. So in this session, again, we will not be able to cover everything that is happening with finance and AI. But my idea with this session is to give you four solid use cases where you can use AI for finance. So how are people using generative AI in finance? Automation of tasks is something that is very generic that people are using. So risk management. So I used to do risk analysis before. So most of the risk management or financial analysis is about simulating your data through various different scenarios. So let's say if you have a portfolio of $100 million and you want to keep that money safe. So generally what very big organizations or investment banks do is that they take this data and they simulate it to different macroeconomic conditions and see what will happen to their portfolio in different scenarios. So this process used to take many months earlier. Currently people are doing this within a week's time, right? So any fraud detection systems and few other systems that are being built are far more intelligent. So earlier automation was rule based and everything you had to write one by one. So but today you can just put an LLM in charge and the LLM can automatically detect any fraud that is happening in your system. And something like personalized services, let's say we didn't have a personalized uh, AI recommendation few years back, but with AI agents and everything that is happening around large language models, so you can actually build a personalized service agent. So a part of it will also be built in session today, so you can watch that. So what I want to do is, before we proceed any further, I just want to show you a quick demo of, I want to take, uh, I have a data set of 10 years of stock market data, right? So first of all, before doing any financial analysis, you should know some basics of data analysis, how to look at the data, how to understand the data, how to visualize it. So these are some basic skills. So what I'll do is I'll try to take 10-year financial data and I will show you how you can do data analysis using AI. So here I asked AI to give some data. Let us see. So what I'm doing is here I have taken this stock market data. So this is called stock data CSV. I can just show you the data set also. So this is the data set that I've taken. So on the internet, I found this data where the data is from 2007 to 2016. So around 10 years worth of data is present in this. So let's say if you want to do any analysis on any financial stock, uh, the first and foremost thing that you want to do is to analyze the trends in the stock. So what I'll do is I have just downloaded this stock market data. So you can also find the latest data sets anywhere, but I thought this is most available that anyone can download. Just type stock data on Google and you'll automatically find this data set. So once you have the data set, what you can do is you can just drag and drop the data set within ChatGPT. I'm currently using this chatbot called Claude, which is a competitor of ChatGPT. This is a lot better in data analysis, in my opinion. So what I'm doing is I'm just uploading this data onto this chatbot. So I currently want to visualize the data first before I take any decision or want to do any further analysis. So I'll just ask this bot, give me 5 graphs to visualize this data. So this AI that we are using is not only capable of giving you text to text responses. So whenever you're using ChatGPT, you have this thing where you give it in a text input and you get a text output back. But most of the chatbots today actually come with this feature of data analysis, where whenever you upload a CSV file, Excel file, or any other data, the model is capable of writing some doing some analysis. So as soon as I uploaded the CSV data, so you can see that uh, Claude model is actually writing a lot of code, as you can see, to visualize this data set. So once it has done the basic analysis, then it is passing on the data to the model. So it's actually going to give us some graphs. So it will take a couple of seconds. So I asked it to create 5 graphs. So it's actually giving 5 graphs one by one. So the first graph is stock price trends over time. So let me click on this. So you can see it's 10 years worth of data, and I'm just able to see it directly. Okay, I'll just wait for all the graphs to be done. So this is the very simple data set, stock price trend. So it's basically plotting the 2007 data to 2016. So nothing special. So now it's also plotting some other data set for normalized stock performance. So it's actually showing a data set where we can look at the performance of stocks. So let me click on this. So you can also see the returns on different stock as per the time, right? So you are able to visualize this volatility. So this is also important. So let's say if you want a stable portfolio and you don't want to take a lot of risk, so you'll probably prefer you'll probably prefer a stock with a lot less volatility. So you can see different stocks. So let's say Starbucks has the highest volatility in this year. So let's say 2015, and as you can see, S&P 500, which is a combination of 500 different 500 top stocks, has the lowest volatility, because even if one stock rises up, others might be low or same. So that way you can see that the data, this is also a helpful play. It's also a heat map about stock market, the price correlation. So this metric is going to be very important when, let's say, if you are investing in Microsoft, you don't want to invest in a stock that is very much correlated to Microsoft, because the risk will increase in your portfolio. So the idea is, whenever you are choosing stocks, you will probably want to choose stocks which are not very much correlated, or you will choose a nice bucket of stocks where an increase in a particular sector or maybe a decrease in particular sector would not affect your stock a lot. And you can also see annual returns comparison. Okay, there is some error in this graph, but you get the point. So you can run it again and see. So what did we just do? So one thing that you could do right away is whenever you are looking at the data uh, or anything, you can just take the data set, maybe 1 month's data, 1 year's data, or anything, and just upload it to any of these chatbots, and you can look at the trends. So, but let's say you might ask, okay, these are the five graphs given, but uh, I'm not still understanding which stocks to choose and how to choose. So, best thing that you can do is you can just ask these models what is the best to do. So, I'm just asking this a question. I want to invest in the stocks. What are the metrics I should look at? Please give me a list. So I don't know anything about investing. I just have the data. So I'm just asking this model, what are the metrics that I need to look at before investing in stocks? So let me ask Claude about. So it's giving us a lot of measures, right? So you can just say choose top two most important metrics and plot them for Microsoft. And I can just say I can choose web search option. So many chatbots today also have this web search option. So this is the old data. So let's say I want the latest data. So I'm just clicking on web search. So it will fetch the latest data. And I'm just asking, maybe let's say top three metrics and plot them for Microsoft. So if I run this, what will happen is this chatbot will be able to collect data from the internet, or maybe it will collect the latest data as we speak, and then it will show us the data in form of graphs so that we can take a better decision. And this is not just a tool for visualization; it's also a very great tool for learning. So let's say if you are just very just entering into the investment world and you want to know more, so you can just use this tool to learn more and also experiment at the same time. Okay, it didn't give the latest data, but it's still doing a good job in calculating based on whatever data set I've given. So it says that it will calculate annual returns, volatility, relative price performance, and other things. Okay, so let me just look at these. So this is the annual return data. So you can see that in the year 2007, if you invested in the start, by the end, your portfolio will increase by 20%. So in 2008, there was this financial crisis, if you know. So due to this financial crisis, everything was down, and Microsoft was no exception. And you can see the returns one by one, and you can see the volatility, how it changed over time, and a few other metrics. So, but again, as you can see, it is still using the old data. And this is the problem with LLMs. So LLMs are only being trained up till a certain point in data. So they don't have the latest data, due to which these issues might happen. So the first idea is using chatbots. Even as you can see, I didn't write a single line of code, but I'm able to analyze a data set with thousands of rows, right? And I'm able to visualize it very easily. So this is an important understanding or a skill that we can have. But in the next step, what we will do is, if I don't have the, so I want to analyze stock market data in the latest times. So what is happening in 2025, or specifically what is happening on 2nd May of 2025 is what I'm mostly interested in. So for that, what we will do is we'll create a simple AI agent, and we will try to understand more details about that. Okay. So what we'll do is we will just try to understand how we can before I'll show you an AI agent, how you can create it from scratch. So, but before that, I just want to understand how many of you have an understanding of coding so that I can create this session in a way that you can understand. So I'll just show you a couple of questions on the screen so you can choose to answer them. So currently, as you can see the question, so around 60% of people have already responded, so which is great. So currently we have around 45% students. We have 35% working professionals greater than 5 years of experience. Okay, I think we have good number of people who have responded already. So let me show you the poll results. Okay. So this is the proportion that we have. So we have around 50% students and we have 50% of working professionals, with majority of them being working professionals greater than 5 years of experience, which is great. So let me ask a question related to coding. Yeah. So how comfortable are you with coding? So if you are someone who has never coded in your life, you can click on one. If you have uh, if you are someone who uses coding in your daily life, you can click on three, which is coding expert. If you are someone who is intermediate, you can just click on the second option. Okay, I think we have good number of people responding already. So I'll just show it for 5 more seconds. So we have a lot of people who have never coded, so which is great that you are able to attend the session. You have already learned how to do data analysis already. Okay. So you can see that around one third of the people who are attending today have never coded in their life. And we have around 55% people who are intermediate, around 12% who are experts in code. Okay. Okay. So we just want to understand what is the role that you are in. So if you are someone who is not coding or coding, which background are you from? Are you a data analyst? Are you a software engineer, product manager? So, okay, we have good number of uh, software engineers, which is about 25%, and we have 10% data scientists. Okay, great. So let me show you the composition. Okay, you can see around 25% are related to software, a couple of product managers, a few senior executives, and other students. So I'll show you one last question before I proceed any further. Yeah. So so let's say if you want to learn generative AI as of today, so what is the best way? So is it possible? It's impossible to learn. The other ways, you can spend 10 hours on internet, or the best option. I'm already revealing the answer here. Okay, so this was a question just to let you know that we are offering a AI course. So more details about the course and how you can register for it will be given at the end. So we will also give you some exclusive promo code that will help you get a good discount for the course as well. So which is starting on 10th May, which is next Saturday. Okay, great. So I'll end the poll now and I'll just begin the session again. Okay, great. So now what we have seen is we have taken, so earlier in the beginning of the session, I have taken the data that is at least 10 years old and we have did some analysis on top of it. So now what if I want latest data, right? So current LLMs don't have knowledge of stocks. So to check that, let us see this. So let me go. And if I don't enable web search and if I just ask what is the stock price of, so it says my knowledge cutoff is October 2024. So what this basically means is that this chatbot or maybe this model, Claude model, is being trained till October 2024. So anything that has happened after that, some November, December, Jan, Feb, so anything that has happened in 6 months after that, it has no idea. So if you want to work with a stock market data, so we need a better idea or maybe we need a better solution. So that is what we will try to do with an AI agent. So let me quickly show you what we are trying to achieve in here. Yeah, this got stuck. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just show you. So even if you are someone who does not know any idea of code, so you don't need to worry. So just try to understand a couple of lines of code at a time. So I'll just explain each and every line. So even if you don't, if you even if you're not familiar with code, try to understand that most of the code that I'm going to show is in very simple Python. So just 2 3 lines at a time, nothing more than that. So you need not be overwhelmed or be afraid of this. So first of all, what I'm doing is I'm in the first step, I'm just using a very simple model called GPT-4o Mini. So which is one of the smaller version of the GPT model, which OpenAI has. So I'm just initiating this and I'm asking it the same question. So what is the stock price of Apple? So this model is telling that I do not have real time access to internet, so I cannot give access to stock market data. So what we'll try to do is we'll try to create a very simple AI agent. So that does something like this. So let me show you the diagram. So what I'm doing is, let's say you have seen with Claude, I have asked the question, what is the stock price of Apple? So it says, then the response is like I don't know or it doesn't know the answer, right? So now our idea is if we can take an LLM and we can connect it to some financial data. So this could be a stock market data, this could be some mutual fund data or any other data for that matter. So take the LLM and couple it with financial data. So whenever I ask the data like price of Apple, so what it can do is it can take data from finance data and then it can give us the updated answer. So this is a simple AI agent. So this is the level 0 AI agent that you can build. So that is what we will try to build right. Okay. So this is the tool that we will be seeing. So what I'm doing is for this, you as you can see, even in this, Claude also mentioned that you can actually connect your LLM to Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, or some other data. So Yahoo Finance is a website that has latest stock market data. So if you can take your LLM and give it access to Yahoo Finance data set or maybe library, it can fetch the latest stock prices for us. So that is what we will try to do in this. So what I'm doing is don't be confused by the code that is written here. So you can simply understand that I am just using Yahoo Finance dataset. So I'm just using the Yahoo Finance dataset, and I'm creating the simple function called stock market, get stock price. So the description of this tool is you can use this tool to get stock prices of this company. So I will also show you a simpler version of the code and other tools as well. So even if just understand what I'm doing here at the very high level. At the very high level, what I'm doing is I'm using a Yahoo Finance dataset to actually get the stock price. And then I'm connecting it to my LLM. So I'm connecting it to my GPT model. So now what I can do is I can ask what's the current stock price of Microsoft. So if I run this, so this agent will actually use Yahoo Finance dataset and it will give you the answer. So it's using the stock price tool that we have done, and then it's giving the latest stock price. So that is how simple it is. So you just take your LLM and you connect it with the other code. So you take an LLM and you just write, let's say, 4 or 5 lines of code for connecting it to financial data. So it's automatically updated with latest finance data, as we can see. So now what I want to do is, let's say, knowing stock market, stock price is only the first part of the equation, right? Uh, what we would want to do is we would want to, I think someone wants to repeat it. So let me just repeat it again. Okay. Okay, there are some people who are asking what an LLM is. So let me just try to mention this once again. I'll just try to mention it clearly. So whenever you are using ChatGPT, you are actually using an LLM. So let's say uh, if I'm using Claude, so I'm using an LLM called Claude 3.7 Sonnet. So whenever I'm using ChatGPT, these are the LLMs that I'm using. So GPT-4o, O3, O4 minis, and you can also see GPT-4o mini. So this was the LLM that I'm using. So LLM is basically the engine behind the chatbots that you are using. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that engine outside, which is an LLM, a large language model, and then I'm taking this LLM and connecting it with some financial data, right? So this financial data, so there are many companies, there are many websites like Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, and many other websites that are available that has latest stock data. So the idea is I'll take the LLM, or maybe I'll take the GPT model in my case. I'll take this GPT model and I'll connect it with financial data. So that is what I have done in the very first step of the code. So where I have taken the GPT model. So this is the GPT model code. This is just a 1 line code. And I'm writing this 2 3 line function to get the stock price from Yahoo Finance data. So you can see from Yahoo Finance, I'm actually fetching the data. So now what I'm doing is earlier when I asked stock price of the Apple, so the LLM or maybe the GPT model has said the GPT model has said that it does not have access to internet. So now when I'm asking the same thing, so let's say Microsoft, so I can just ask it for Apple as well. So now what it will do is it is actually using Yahoo Finance dataset to actually get the latest price. So the first problem that we want to solve is how we can connect data. So that is something that we have done with this few lines of code here. And let's say if you want to, I think you can ignore all this piece of code, which is a different thing. So I'll show you some more tools. So let's say if you want to do a proper research on stock market. So just having the stock market data or stock price data is not sufficient for you. So you might want a lot of other information. So what I'm using is I'm using Yahoo Finance to get a lot of other data set as well. So I'm trying to create a function where I want to get company information, some information on dividends, mutual fund holders, institutional holders, stock degrades, upgrades, stock splits, stock news. So these are all the data set that is directly available with Yahoo Finance. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating a function so that I can give my LLM as much financial data as I can. So if I can take a GPT model and I can give it data about everything that I have, stock market data, dividend data, mutual fund data, and everything. So my LLM will be able to think better. So that way I'm just running this code. And now I am just running this. Okay, I'll just need to run these lines before. Okay, this might get a little confusing, but ignore whatever I'm running. So I'll just, so the idea is we are just taking the data set that we have. So what I've done is earlier, the agent that I've created, I'm asking it what is the dividend date of last dividend date of Apple. So it does not have any access. So in this part of the code, what I'm doing is I'm just giving it some latest access using this code. And now let me run this. So now I can ask. So earlier my GPT model was not able to get the latest dividend date. So now I have given it access to full data. I have taken all the data set that I have from Yahoo Finance and I have collected it and I have given it to LLM with this line of code, right? So now I'm asking the same question. What is the last dividend date of Apple? So you can see that the last dividend date of Apple is Feb 10th, 2025. So earlier the model said that it does not know anything after October 2024. So now it is using the latest, the last dividend data, Feb 13th, as you can see. So now what we can do is now that we have a basic data set. So now we have the GPT model, we have all the latest data set. So now these models are very intelligent that if I just give it all the data and I ask some questions on top of it, it should be able to give me the answer. So that is the idea. So now a GPT model, if it has all the financial data at its disposal, and if I can ask some very specific questions. So one question, this question is very simple, right? What is the stock price? What is the dividend date? So these are very simple questions, but I want to add some more complicated questions. So let's say I want to get some portfolio recommendations, or maybe I want to analyze some stock prices or get some latest news. So these are some of the things that I should be able to do with all the data that I have. So I have all the data for finance as we speak. So yeah, we have this data set, right? EBITDA, total debt, total revenue, debt to equity ratio. So we have a lot of information ready. So now this data set can be actually used to do portfolio analysis. So let's say I currently own a portfolio which has these five stocks. I have Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Nvidia. So let's say I want to take this portfolio and do an analysis. So let's say I want to ask an AI model whether my portfolio is good or not. So I want to analyze my portfolio using AI. So this could be anything, right? So you could be owning 100 Apple shares and maybe no shares of Nvidia or anything. So here I have written a very simple function where AI will take all the data about these companies and then it will analyze if my portfolio is right or not. So if I need to invest more in something or invest less in something, it should be able to give me suggestions on top of this. Okay, I think given I have a lot of things to cover, I've not taken a break. But yeah, so let this code be running. But if you have any questions, just post it on the chat. I'll try to take 3-4 questions before I proceed to the next part. Okay, so there are a couple of questions, so let me take them. Can we get the code? Yeah, so the code will be given to you shortly after the session. Yeah, after the session, we'll provide the code. Can I brief about the Windsurf? So Windsurf is just a code editor that I'm using, so nothing special. It's an AI code editor. The presentation will be made available. So all the videos and everything will be available on the website. Can we do with Cursor AI? Yeah, of course you can do it with Cursor AI as well. Okay, any specific questions on the code that we have discussed so far? Any specific questions on the stock market thing that we have mentioned? Any doubts on anything that we have discussed so far? Okay, so this is the basic idea. Uh, yeah, so the idea is, I think there are a couple of people on chat who have mentioned that this is too technical to understand. So the idea that I wanted to give you is that uh, so whatever uh, uh, analysis that we are doing through chat gpt or anything at the back end, so it's not a very complicated code, it's just a couple of lines of code here and there. So just a couple of lines here and there that will help you do that. So I will also show you an easy version of code very shortly, but again, this is a lot more flexible in terms of helping you understand what is happening. But within a couple of seconds, I will show you a very short version of the code that you should be able to easily follow in a short while. Okay, so what I've done is, as you can see, I just asked, I have taken this portfolio that I have and I've asked the model to provide a brief analysis on the portfolio based on current price, PE ratio, and recent performance. So you can see that the AI agent has done all this analysis for ourselves. Right. So it is able to look into a lot of different things, and it's giving some data analysis. What is there? It's also giving us some links here and there. So that way, you can read through this and see what are the suggestions that AI has given to you on top of it. So that way, first of all, we have done a very simple step. We have done some basic steps where we have taken an LLM or a GPT model, and then we have connected it to the finance data set. And then we are able to use that to get some basic answers on portfolio recommendation or otherwise. So this is one part of the equation. So let's say if you want to do, so let's say there are many people who mention that, okay, you are not very good with coding. If you want to uh, take benefit of all of this, how you can do that? So there are a lot of options for you. So one option is you can use a feature called deep search, which many chatbots today have. So let me show you that one first. So for this, I'll be using a tool called Grok, so which is a chatbot by Elon Musk, so which is a competitor of this. Okay, you can go to this link. I think you can, if you want to try this out along with me, so you can also do this. So here I can just ask a question. So I want invest in Nvidia. Give me analysis on, let's say, current price, P ratio, and global trends. So I want to invest in Nvidia. Is this a good time? Give me an analysis on the current price, PE ratio, and use the global trends. So in this, what I'm doing is I'm going to click this button called Deep Search. So what this button basically does is it goes to internet and searches different links for us to find relevant data and information, so that the AI model will be able to predict better prices. So let me run this. Okay. So this is what we have done, right? So I asked it this question, and it has we have enabled deep search on this. So you can see that this is not like simple chat GPT response where you are giving a question and you directly got the response. So in this, the Grok model in question is using deep search to actually search the internet. So in this case, it has taken 40 seconds to search around 30 different websites, and it's actually giving us some recommendation on top. So it's also giving current date. So what is the current performance? So what is the ratios and all the links that you need to know about? So that way, if you want an analysis on any stock in detail, you can enable this. So even within Grok, there is also, so this is one option where it has taken 40 seconds to search around 30 websites. So you can ask the same question. So let me go back to history. I can also choose this option called deeper search. So what it'll does is instead of searching just 30 websites or web pages, so it'll do a lot more enhanced search in the internet, and it'll probably give a longer report where we can get better insights on top of it. Okay. So this is one way where you can actually use AI tools. So there are a couple of people mentioning is that it is not helping us do any technical analysis or fundamental analysis. Yeah. So what I'll show is maybe shortly in 5 minutes, I will also show you how you can use AI for technical analysis. So let's say if you have some technical analysis charts, and if you want to get insights from that, what are the tools that you can use to analyze it and how you can do. As you can see, the deeper search is still ongoing. So it has searched 18 resources. It's already been 3 minutes. So maybe by the end of the session, we should have a deep research report also. So let us wait for Grok to analyze as much as it can and give us a very good report. So I'll show you how you can do technical analysis using AI very shortly. But before that, since we are already at the 1 hour timeline, so I'll just take 2-3 minutes to talk about the course as well. So as you can see in today's session, we started with a basic data analysis task. So where you could just use chatbot and do some analysis on data, and then we were able to like I showed you how you can create a quick finance agent to do portfolio analysis and others. So all of the code that you have seen is around 10 to 15 lines of code here and there. So yeah, the notebook is very big. So it might have felt like a lot, but otherwise, if you are able to write 5-10 lines of code here and there, you can actually create AI agents for yourself. So the idea is, if you are someone who is interested in learning generative AI or want to know more about AI, so we have a 8 week long course on generative AI that is starting very soon on 10th May. So where you will get to learn about different concepts of AI, like AI agents, developing chatbots, fine tuning models, and so on. So if you are, and yeah, the course is starting on 10th May. I'll give more details. Uh, so if you are someone who is interested in the course, or maybe if you just want to know more details about the course, so all you need to do is just say hi on the chat. Uh, you can just say hi on the chat, and we will send you the promo code for the course and other details. uh yeah, so even if you're, so I'll, once the session is over in 5-10 minutes, I'll give you more details. But since most of you are already here, if you are someone who is interested in upskilling in generative AI, you want to use it for finance, you want to use it for creating a travel agent, or maybe create chatbots or any other things, so you can actually say hi on the chat, and we will send you more details about the course very shortly. Okay. So now, I think there are a lot of people sending hi already, so that is great. So now let us go to this part where we are doing some sort of a technical analysis. So any stock market traders, where do you get the graphs from? So let's say I want to do a technical analysis. By Microsoft. Okay, let's say for now, this is the graph that I'm looking at, and let's say I don't know much about investing or maybe how to analyze these graphs myself. So what I can do is, can I actually use AI to get some good information on top of this? So what I'll do is I'll just copy the image. Let me go to, so for this, I can use any chat model, but you can also use chat GPT since you are familiar. So what you can do is you can just click on O3 model. So O3 model is generally available for ChatGPT plus, but otherwise GPT-4o also would work better, work decently. But I want to show you the real possibilities with this. So I'm just copy pasting the image and I'm asking it, uh, give me a detailed analysis on this stock chart. I'll just say PS. I am a beginner. So this model is actually looking into the chart, and mentioned that I'm a beginner. So it's actually thinking to itself what all it should let us know. So it's giving us an information about these things. So it's giving the information more. So any data set. So let's say if you have the latest stock market graphs with all the lines, charts, support lines, and everything. So you can also take very complicated charts and you can just upload it on any vision model. So most chatbots today or most models today are vision models. So they not only support text input, but they also support image inputs. So I'm just uploading an image as you can see, and I'm just asking it to analyze it in detail. So I'm just asking, should I buy it now or give concise answer? So it's actually giving us a very clear answer. So should I buy it or no? So it's telling it's not ideal at that second because of so and so reasons. So I can just ask it, what is this? Uh, when do I know when to invest? Right. So that way, what I can do is I can just keep on asking more questions. I can give it more information. I can ask it to uh, search the internet for more information or do anything else. So that way, yeah, just by copy pasting the image of the chart, and we are able to do that. So I'll take more suggestions. So when you signed up for this session, you might have a certain expectation. So certain people mentioned about trading charts. So I have shown you that. So I've shown you how you can do analysis on the stock price without using uh, without using code, using deep search. We have also shown you how you can do data analysis. So if you have any other expectation, or maybe if you want to know any other things that you want to do in the session, you can let us know on the chat. If that is possible right away, I can show you as well. Okay. So keep the questions coming in. So when you have uh, so keep the questions coming in. So whenever I look at them, I'll answer more questions. So yeah, so I'll just take a minute or two. So this was mostly what I wanted to cover. So I also wanted to, so you register for the, after this session, we will also send you a link for the bonus part as well. So I'll explain shortly what it does once I talk about the course. So today, I think everyone who has attended the session or maybe stayed up until this long. So you all are. I'm assuming you all are interested in learning generative AI. So I'll give you a couple more reasons why you should do so. So one thing is productivity benefits. So let's say if you are a market analyst, and imagine amount of time that would have taken for you to look at each graph, or maybe even if you are a data scientist, you could have seen how much time I have saved. uh, so you have just seen how much time I have saved just by uploading the data set in Give. So as of today, if you are able to learn generative AI, so you can actually be 10 to 50 times more productive, irrespective of your job. If you are a product manager, if you are a market analyst, if you are a founder, anything, so you can actually be 10 to 50 times more productive. And not only that, it's also very important for staying relevant. So as AI models keep getting better, as AI agents become more mainstream, it is likely that many AI jobs will be gone. So most people will lose their jobs to AI. So the idea is you need to protect yourself. So you might ask me, okay, AI today is very bad. I don't think it's going to replace my job today. So maybe true, but what about next 2 months? Maybe what about next 1 year or 2 years? So the idea is you start now and upskill in generative AI right away, so that whenever there is a time, you will be able to take advantage of the situation. So, but it's not starting this weekend; it's starting next weekend. So, which is 10th of May. So it's a 8 week long course which people from many popular companies have taken in the past. So we are currently starting our 14th cohort. So we have hundreds of people who have already taken the course before. So the idea of this session is very simple. So even though there is too much happening in generative AI, if you learn some concepts like prompt engineering, how to use simple LLM APIs, if you know how to develop chatbots, agents, fine tuning, and let's say some multimodal models, voice models, and others. So if you learn these 4 to 5 topics, so you will understand 90% of generative AI. So what we have created in our course is also that we have created this 6 module course, 6 weeks of lecture plus 2 weeks of capstone. So where every week we take a particular topic. So let's say very first module, we learn how to understand what these LLMs are, what prompt engineering is, how and how you can do that. And in second module, we actually teach you how you can build any type of chatbot on a PDF, chatbot on a website or anything. And then we teach you how you can build your AI clone. So how can you create a AI model that can create images like you, that can write posts like you, and so on. Then we will cover about AI agents. We'll cover about tools, like so many people in today's session were also interested about Windsurf, Cursor, and others. So that's an entire week in our course. And then week 6, we will cover some advanced AI concepts and many other topics as well. So this way, through this 6 weeks of theory plus 2 weeks of capstone, so you will be able to go from 0 to 1 in generative AI, even though if you don't have much knowledge, but if you want to upskill, So you will be able to start from basics and go to a point where you can actually build AI products yourself or maybe upskill in the sector. If you want to, and the course is just starting uh, uh, on 10th of May, which is exactly 1 week from now. So if you are someone who is interested in the course, or if you want to know more details about it, so all you have to say is just say hi on the chat, and we will give you more details about the course. We will send you the promo code that will help you get good discount on the course on top of it as well. So even if you're not completely sure, even if you just want to have a chat with the team, or maybe if you want to know more details, don't hesitate. You can just say hi, even if you're not completely sure, and we will help you with more details, and then you can. So everyone signing up for the course will also get access to our premium platform, where you can actually view all the videos. So everyone who is purchasing the course will also get access to the premium platform, where you will get access to hundreds of latest videos on generative AI, and every module will have detailed lectures uh, with examples on how to build. So let's say in chatbots lecture, one topic is about how you can build a chat GPT replica, right? And we also cover how you can build a chatbot on a website and many other things. So all these things are a part of this course, where you will be learning how to build at least 10 different applications on generative AI. And even if you're, let's say, you might say that, okay, Satvik, I don't know coding. How will it help? So the idea is the AI agents or anything that you want to do with AI is only 5 to 10 lines of code, at least 60-70% of it. So the very first lecture of the course is basics of Python, where we teach you how you can use basic concepts of Python, how you can use AI to learn Python faster. So this 20-minute video and many other resources that we provide at the beginning of the course is more than enough for you to get started. So you can learn other coding skills as we go through in the course. So the idea is, if you start the course today, even though you don't have a lot of coding or technical knowledge, so the idea is you will learn about a lot of tools. So even in today's session, I've covered a bit of code, but I've used a lot of no co- like chatbots and other platforms as well. So you will get an idea of how you can use different tools like this, how you can apply it in different domains as well. So if you want to uh, sign up for the course, all you have to do is to say hi on the chat, and we will take care of the rest. So what will you get in the course? You will get access to the live lectures that happen during weekends, detailed video resources, hundreds of them, along with doubt solving sessions where you can ask any questions about AI. If you want to build any personal projects and you want us help, so you can ask me directly. We'll be sending you daily check-ins, and you will get 1 year access to our premium platform. So things in generative AI are changing day by day. So even in 2 months, there will be a lot of things that will change. So the idea is, by accessing this course, you will get 1 year access to premium platform, where you can watch all the latest videos. And one other benefit that people from this early cohorts will get is they will get access to Build Fast Studio, so which is one of the product that we have built in house. So this has around 50 plus chatbots in different languages, different modalities, so which you can use completely for free. So all the people who sign up for the course will get access to Build Fast Studio Premium as well. So where you can use 100 plus chatbots and different AI models completely for free. So yeah, so this offer will only be limited for a few cohorts. So if you sign up today, so you can get 3 months of unlimited access to Build Fast Studio, where you can use hundreds of different apps completely for free. So all you have to do is to just say hi on the chat, and we can connect. Okay, I think thank you everyone for joining the call today. It's been great. Hope you all learned something new, and hope to see you all in our future courses and workshops. So until then, we'll meet you.